I'm about to show you the reason you're losing money every month, and it may not be as obvious as it seems. You see, there's a moment in every client relationship where, if you're not careful, these losses can begin. And once they do, it's nearly impossible to stop them real time. Most entrepreneurs never realize this is occurring because they never take time to understand why they lose business. But by the end of this video, you're going to have a clear understanding of exactly when this moment happens and what you can do to make sure it never costs you money again. One of the biggest mistakes you can make in business is confusing a satisfied customer with a loyal customer. The two could not be further apart. And many businesses are set up to produce one when they really think they're producing the other, or that it's as simple as coming up with some overcooked points program to keep people coming back. But let me tell you, the gap between a satisfied customer and a loyal customer is not based on talent, it's based on design. You have to set up and operate your business to create customer loyalty. You have to create an experience that makes people want to stay. Let me show you what this looks like when it's done right. But before we get into it, I publish the Prosperous newsletter every single week, where I release exclusive content on systems, premium offer design, and scaling your business. Totally free, first link below. I experienced this during my 2 decades in wealth management. The top advisors focused on the whole client. They stayed curious. They didn't just offer one product or one service. They offered everything because they understood that the more lines of business that a customer has with you, the stickier, the more solid the relationship becomes. Because if you're just a one-trick pony and you only offer one product or one service, if you don't ask those follow-up questions and really show the customer that you care for them, the needs aren't going to go away. They're going to go somewhere else. And the more people that they meet with to get their needs met, the more your influence gets divided and it begins to dissipate, because everyone has relationships, products, services, motives, the whole 9 yards. And if you're not doing what you need to do to take care of your client, then you're going to lose that business. They're going to be satisfied maybe with the 1 or 2 things that you offer them, but they definitely won't be loyal because they're not being taken care of properly. There are going to be people who solicit them, who try to build influence with them. And if that customer stops and thinks that, you know what, this person's only doing 1 or 2 things for me and we don't have much relationship, then they're going to leave. And that's why it's so important to stay curious. Someone may be satisfied today, but life happens. There may be things that aren't even on the radar screen that need to be addressed in the future. But if you don't stay in touch, if you just focus on the transaction and not the relationship, then you're going to end up losing that business. And even if they don't need anything else, if you give them a great experience, then they're going to refer you to other people. I mean, think of what it takes to market and promote your business. If you get one customer and they essentially become evangelists and tell everyone they know that you did a great job for them, they can trust you, you gave them what they needed, because you followed up and you were diligent. There were things that they discovered that they didn't even know they needed, but now they realize how important it is. That is the best way to grow and scale your business. So when I talk about losing money, it's not just about someone telling you no, although that's part of it. You're losing money on the back end, and that's what many entrepreneurs don't think about. They get so busy, being busy, doing what they feel like they need to do, that they're not future thinking. Do things happen in the market? Absolutely they do. But that's how you weather the storm. Because if you have a strong relationship, as things change maybe that you weren't aware of, your customers are going to be so loyal to you that they'll let you know what they need. Then you'll have an opportunity, you'll have first right of refusal in order to be able to fill that need instead of them just leaving. You have to position yourself as the hub. Kind of like, and I'm dating myself here, but a shopping mall, or even like Amazon, where you can go to one place and for the most part get everything you need. So don't just stop at satisfaction. You have to continue on to loyalty. And that's not something that just happens in a vacuum, and it doesn't happen immediately. You have to cultivate it. You have to nurture it. You have to make sure that you're doing the things to make sure those roots go deep. So when the wind blows and seasons change and environments change, the roots are strong enough to sustain those changes, to help you get through those changes. And one of the reasons that businesses lose a lot is because they're not organized. They don't have systems in place to make sure that they're able to stay in touch with customers, to be reliable, to be predictable. And that's one of the things that I take great pride in, and I think is something you should really consider. And the reason I do that is not because of me, it's because of what Proverbs 27:23 says. It says, "Know well the condition of your flocks and give attention to your herds. Now, this was written for shepherds, but it's true for us as well because in a way of speaking, we're shepherds in terms of the people we take care of in our business. Now, maybe business for you is going so well that it doesn't feel like you're losing, but I'm telling you, it's something that you really need to research. Contact some of your best clients, people you think you have strong relationships with, and just let them know that you're reevaluating the way that you do business and you want to make sure that you're adding as much value as possible. And you want them to be honest with you, and you have to be strong enough to take it. Ask them if they feel like you're investing in them enough, if you're staying in touch the way you should. Ask them if they've ever had an experience with you or with your team that felt transactional and didn't feel like you were putting their best interests at heart. Get the feedback while you can, because number one, that alone will strengthen the relationship you have with the people that you speak with. They may say, wow, that's refreshing. I've never had anyone in a business ask me that, especially if I've already paid them. That alone will help to strengthen things, and it'll also give you the information that you need in order to move forward and to solidify your business. And if things aren't going well, this is a great opportunity to reinvent yourself, to do things differently, because nothing I've shared with you costs you any money. It just costs you focus, and it's an investment of intellectual capital and relational capital. And that goes further and pays more dividends than anything else you could do. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. I'm telling you, based on 2 decades of business experience, that the number one reason people lose business is relationships. It's not products, it's not services, and even when things go wrong in the give and take of business and customer fulfillment, if things don't go perfectly, if the relationship is solid, then people will usually give you a break. But if the relationship's not there and there's problems on top of that, you've totally lost them when it's so unnecessary. And you insulate yourself from other people trying to attack the book of business that you've worked very hard for. So this is Ralph. Hopefully this has been helpful to you. Always remember that faith plus works equals success. Give this video a like and hit that big subscribe button. And I'll see you next time. Take care. God bless.